Hello viewers, welcome to Fort Nagaland News. Aji ame na ina thake tu yete Akasha Hotel da ina se. Aro aji la hala yitu ame na jikila aisho kule yete Nagaland International Coffee Seminar Ben bra organize kone rakhala se. Itlo IB itlo program opore sailwa ame.
Each and every one of you in this seminar on coffee, international seminar on coffee. Why can't we call it some other name? But we say, look, as far as this coffee is concerned, our coffee is potentially international product. So I think once when it's international, I think we should call it as international seminar, and that's how we started this off. The only thing what we wanted to tell you is that look, we have youngsters, we have entrepreneurs, we have farmers, we have growers, we have processors, we have aggregators, and then we have roasters. All these people we have. The only thing is that we needed to see that we scaled it up to another level, particularly based on the quality. And in order to talk about that, rather than talking about, well, there's a huge market in the international market. Rather than talking about that, we decided that, well, we should call the international speakers, especially the international experts, people coming over here and they're going to say, look, we have these requirements. I think that motivation is really important. So that's the reason why we decided that we should have our international speakers over here. Let us hear from them, from their mouth, that look, we have this requirement, and that is the reason why we thought we will have this international seminar.
Thank you, Ban, for organizing this wonderful and very needed seminar. I think our people need more and more seminars and workshops like this. I wish it can be more interactive, and so maybe I will stay here a little bit longer even after the inaugural session. So that should there be any question or should there be anything that you would like to know from Government of India ecosystem, maybe I can help answer or bring some clarity to your thoughts. Make the most of it, because unless you have clarity, you will know how to go about. So clarity is our knowledge and awareness of what helps are around you is also powerful and is required. Government of India, MSME, if I talk about MSME, I'm very sure you have heard what is MSME, is it? Micro, small and medium enterprises. As of today, we are trying our very best to bring all the informal sector under the formal umbrella. Okay, that's very important. For the PLI, first of all, okay, unless you are formalized and then there are certain database with the government, then we really don't know how to go about. So formalization is one of the main actions that we are doing. We started in 2020 July. Till today, we have more than 5 crore registered. Okay, and by the time we reach 2029, 5 years plan, we would like to see minimum 9 crore, and our target, of course, is around 12 crore. Sadly, we have seen that Nagaland is one of the worst performing states. Although we have had a meeting with our CS and the team, it has not yet picked up. One of the reasons why I'm here is also again to talk to the state government and see how best we can also support them with whatever is the obstacle that we are facing, so that many more of our entrepreneurs right from the rural areas can also be benefited. What are some of the benefits? We are giving them skilling, okay? Skilling for 6 days, 500 per day as stipend, because they will have to leave their workplace and come. Many of them depend on a daily wage earnings, and so we are giving them 500. And after, even for they are coming and going for attending the training, we are giving them 1,000 for that. After that, we give them 15,000 worth of e-vouchers, okay? So they can buy their machines, their toolings, and so they can also improve on the standardization of their products. That's all. After that, they become eligible for getting 1 lakh rupees as loan from the government. They will have to pay simple interest of 5%. We pay 8% to the banks. Okay? And after they finish repayment of that in 1 year, they will be eligible for another 2 lakh. And that also at the rate of 5% only. The government pays the rest to the banks. And so at 5% for 3 lakh rupees, you can really improve your working shape, bring in the technology that is required, standardize your products, and it will also be linked to market. You know, our comparable states such as Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal, they have registered more than 60,000-70,000 PME farmers. How much the money is going into their state, just imagine that. We have not even completed 1,600. Can you imagine the comparison that's there? And that saddens me. And it is being monitored by PMO. So my secretary was also very concerned why Nagaland is not picking up, and I being from this state, he was also requesting me to be the nodal for all the northeastern state, and I've been in touch with our CS also. Industry department is made the nodal, but I've been told that many of our officers, because this is in-house, right? That's why I'm talking very frankly, because I'm one of you. Our DCs and many of these officers are not using the gov.in. They are using still, Yahoo or maybe Gmail, which is private. And so many of the information that flows from the central government is not reaching their inbox. That is also one of the biggest problems. Now, we work under credit and finance. For credit, PMEGP is also one of the worst performing states. I got all the state data and then I brought it, but it's not a very healthy sign. I know banks are required. I know land is one of the main issues that we have, and government is trying to address that. I don't know whether that has been addressed or not, because land issue, right? We have land. So when we give that as a guarantee, then it somehow the banks are not really convinced about that. So the state government has to constantly work with the state, with the banks, the lead banks that are here, and see how best our people can get benefits. Because for Nagaland, being Northeast and also Scheduled Tribe state, I think 55% is the subsidy component. And so for service sector, 20 lakh. For manufacturing, it is 50 lakh. And so coffee being a manufacturing and a processing segment, you can also get 50 lakh, okay, for that. And we also have CGTMSE credit guarantee. Okay, credit guarantee. Now, if you are a woman and if you are ST, it is 85%. Government is giving guarantee to the banks, so the banks need not be worried. If you come and apply 20 lakh from them or 1 crore from them, they should not worry. They should say, okay, the government of India is giving me a coverage, a guarantee cover of 85% for women and 75% for the rest. Now we have already approved at board level for 90%, but the order is yet to come out. But yeah, I can see on this platform. So 90% government cover, why should bank be afraid, right? But the government should be the mediator between the banks and the entrepreneurs. So many more such interactive session and workshop and communication to improve people, and bank can play a very big role in that. So CGTMSE up to 5 crore, 90% coverage there. So why should bank be so afraid, right? People can knowledge you can also argue your case when you go and meet the banks, right? So keep that in mind. We cannot be good at everything, but certainly we have some very niche product that must be branded internationally. Right? So I think coffee is leading that way, very good, and we can talk a lot more on other issues also. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you have the potential to grow, but you do not know how because you have reached a plateau, okay? And you know that you can get out of MSME bracket, which means 250 crore turnover per year. If you are in that category, then you must apply SRI fund, Self-Reliant India Fund. Okay, it is a fund of fund equity. Government has put 50,000 crore, 10,000 mother fund, 40,000 crore for the market. So it's a 50,000 crore corpus for those who have the potential to grow. Government desire is that we want to let the MSMEs, particularly those who are in the medium, get out of MSME bracket, 250 crore turnover, bahar ulai jani. Then you get listed in all the national stock exchange and then you become a big company. That's what we're working at. And there is always a pull effect, once the medium goes up, then the small comes in, and then the micro, and then the so there is always a pull effect.
See, I am also a part of you, but that is 40 years back. The 40 years back, our family and friend circle, we were also one time a grower of coffee under this coffee board of India. That is 40 years back. And I know very well our sir, ex-minister, he is also very interested. And the coffee growing and tea, he also is part of it. And during that point of time, the coffee board of India has encouraged us to plant the coffees. Paradang Amagan, we planted. Aro, we waited for the seeds. It was all manual. Amado ulai gina, hat pra chini gina, chamra alak sukaise, puti alak sukaise, maiga di olok package kuise. We were allowed to advise to meet and the southern India to go there, meet the company, and see the possibility of dispose of the products. That was the condition of during our farming. To amagan itu kuribo olabo sugagina maigati haligina loigina Kerala di jabo Madras di jabo itu loigina biragina kiman paisa degi dubi bilagina it has discouraged us because the production the tagan lagya kiman quantity lagya se amagan bragi dibobi na pare tagan do itu tak iman nohole mane nolobo koi in between itu problem solve for dibole manot kan. At the same time, MSME also see our joint secretary, she has reached her personally. That means now we have a solution. We have a solution for all of us.
So, ma'am, about this, what we were talking about, you were talking about now, like regarding the market. What is the shortcomings? Why we don't reach up to the mark that we should have reached?
Yeah, I know in the value chain, market plays a very important role because if you cannot sell your products, then you can never be successful. So for that, especially in case of coffee, I think coffee board, you must reach out to coffee board and the farmers must have a database. How many farmers are actually growing coffee in their, and the area of cultivation also you must have, so that you know and you can aggregate how much production per year Nagaland is producing. And after that, you have to go through the processing and marketing, branding, certification, all this will be required. And I think there is a very good opportunity for the Naga farmers who are growing coffee. One weakness perhaps that is a bit of a concern is, whoever is handling this kind of schemes, we must first survey who are the farmers who are actually growing coffee and then take the measurement of their land also. And after that, we know that they are deserving and what is the gap the government must address that. Instead of just giving, handouts to the people you know or your family around you or those who are not really serious. Itu can avoid kuribo nimide. I think that is very, very important, not only for coffee but for many of the agricultural produce. And I know that Nagaland coffee is now coming up and even the brand is now making some, visibility in the marketplace also in Delhi and all. I see that. People are also enjoying it, but perhaps there is also a requirement for technology for processing, drying, and also to retain the flavor, etc. So those things also MSME will be having certain schemes. So please look up to that. Farmers can also form SPV and they can also get the cluster development program also, or under NER scheme of MSME also you can bring in technology and then set up your processing units also.
Sir, apne itu Nagaland International Coffee itu organize kurise itu ইয়াতে কি বেনিফিট পাওঁ এইটো অলপ আমি আহি জনাই
See, I think I can speak in English, mixture of both. What I had said is there's a huge gap between supply and demand. Demand বেছি আছে হ'লে মগন ছাপ্লাই কৰিলে নবাৰে আৰু এইটো অলপ মানুহ পৰাহে এইটো কণ্ট্ৰল কৰি ৰাখিছে গ'লে মানে মগান নহ'ব এইটো নিমিত্তে মগান কি কৰিছে সব ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট পৰা মগান মাতি কিনা আৰু এইটো বি জিনিয়ান মানুহখন মাতি কিনা ইয়াতে আনিছে we will have 2 days rigorous seminar এইটো knowledge transfer থাকিব এইটো পাছতে মগান কি কৰিব এইটো ফাইনেল ডিচিশ্যন লৈ হ'লে বি এতিয়া মগান কি কৰিবলৈ মন আছে every district will have to set up their own respective chapters আৰু তাতে পৰা মগান pre-processing plan আছে গ'লে বি মগান through the help of MSME pre-processing plan গান set up কৰি ল'ব every district আৰু main processing plan ইয়াতে ডিমাপুৰতে set up কৰিব আৰু ইয়াতে পৰা packaging হবি quality control হবি দোকান সব কিবা কৰি কিনে মগান ইয়াতে পৰা এইটো পঠাব এনেকা লগা ভাৱনা কৰি কিনে আছে এইটো নিমিত্তে কফি লগা বিজনেছটো মই কোৱা নিচিনা বেছি হিউজ it's a huge market ইয়াতে মানুহ একজন দুজনেই নালাগে even 100-200 people can come in good entrepreneurs because ইয়াতে কৰিছে গ'লে মানে growers খান আছে ইয়াতে aggregators খান আছে processors খান আছে এইটো roasters খান আছে তো আলাগ কিবা কৰি কিনা তাকনকে আনি কিনা মগান ইকুৰ লগত collectively এইটো দিব লাগে এইটো নিমিত্তে কেতিয়া এনেকুৱা হ'ব economically মগান I think we will be doing a great job economic activities লগাটো হ'লে মানে এইটো enhance কৰিব হয় আৰু এইটোহে লৈ কিনা every villages খান লগা হ'লে বি এইটো খান তাকান মগান এইটো ভাল পৰা set up কৰিবলৈ পাৰিছে গ'লে মানে I think they will be enabled to do lot many things even from the villages postito beshi important ase mogan nimide ekdam important hoile mane posti important ase dakanke mogan enable korise gole mane we can do wonders in Nagaland yeah
তো ইয়াতে আহিনে ডিগনিটাৰিজ কাম কথা কোৱা সময়তে ডিগনিটাৰিজ কাম কথা কৈ থাকে আমদে তাহান ভাবি হিন্দ আউট কৰিছে তো লাইক কি স্কিমস খান নাগালেণ্ডে সবচেয়ে কমতি মানে MSME for example ইচা দুসরা স্টেট খান নর্থ ইস্টে বলিবে বেনিফিশিয়ারিজ খান নলি রেজিস্টার করান বেশি আছে বলে আমি না ইচা তো 1500 অ্যাপ্রক্স ইটো হিসাব তো কোনে ইটো কিলে নিগা আছে
এইটো মই একটা কবলে মন থাকা তো ডিপার্টমেন্ট কান লাগাবি I think department laga hobi financial institution kan hobi we don't have very good knowledge about all these things because sensitization manukan ke sensitize korigina edukan mogan para training digina edu nejaise gole mane mogan we are being kept in the dark edu nimidhe mogan ban bara business association of Nagas bara edu in entrepreneurs development program jabo mogan jadem de hudai din mogan financial institutions bara takan loigina iklo jabo কিন্তু এলে মানে মোকান একদম বেশি প্রবলেম একটা থাকাটো হলে মানে credit linkages access to finances which we are having a lot of problem edu nimide edu kan nathakibo nimide takonke loigina jabo asol entrepreneurs kan village level de rural areas de town section de takan ki require ase mokan edu identify koribo edu hisab korina takan kiniga lagi ase mokan edu link up kori dibo edu nimide mogan laga side parabi ban parabi we are doing a lot of work other than that I think if the government laga sector bara department bara will be financial institution banks kan ki kan takan edu kan dibo nimide takan logode they should be doing that one will be bishi bhag to ile mane edu koribole nabara nimide financial literacy kan dibo nimide edu kan nabara nimide mogan olop edu dark de thake will be for the last 2-3 years edu MSME under de edu mogan bi kham to hole mane bishi kurigida jai ase etia
তো স্যার বিজনেস এসোসিয়েশন অফ তাহান বিকো প্ল্যানিং আছে না আপনার নিজের কফি ব্র্যান্ড ওলাওলে
edu na mogan business association Nagas do we are not for profit bujena edu nimide mogan directly mogan take up koribole nabarebo what we will do is that we will encourage youngsters we will encourage the entrepreneurs aru phal kun kan ase mogan takan ke pick up korina apni kan edu koribi mogan credit linkages lagabi mogan dibo mogan idia MSME bara aha ministry kan logote bi mogan tie up korigina takan bi ki koribole paribo edu kan sob edu kan tie up dibo kintu ele mane entrepreneur kan financial institution gobi financial institution de takan kiba program ekta ase scheme ekta ase aro project ekta ase takan jai kina pirabole time nai you don't need that particular work will be done by business association mogan bara we have a secretariat mogan business association de secretariat ase takan bara takan ke motop koribo banking sector laga debi kiki laga debi ido documentation bi mogan motop koribo takan bohi dagibo but they should be continuously working on their part aru mogan identify korile mon dhaka doile mane coffee this is a separate thing noile mane there are different traits which are there nijor laga trait de hole mane we have to identify the right people for the right trait you know that is what we do so we will go ahead identifying the right people for the right trait and then we will start promoting them so that is what exactly we do so as such PAN will not be able to do that aji kali mogan discuss korigina maybe we can come out with a system whereby every district edu pre-processing plant edu mogan identify korina edu set up kori dibo aru yade dimapur de anikina yade mogan main processing plant and packaging lagadu yade kunuba edu entrepreneur kunuba ge encourage korina edu kan takan ge process korle dibo aru edu marketing do hele mane aji marketing nimide eko problem nai there is absolutely no problem particularly for marketing only if we can stick with the quality of our product mogan laga product to mane sourcing kuch jaga para ani ase aru quality of roasting I think no right from kuch jaga para source kuri ase aru kiniga mogan roasting kuri ase kiniga quality maintain kuri ase that is very important we should maintain that particular quality iniga hoise gole mane mogan laga saman bahar de jabole eko problem na ho
sir last question ekta ase age de amen dignitaries kano khota ko amde aja ine thega tan bi question Nagaland na problem ekta to office te nole department de nole bi ine powerful places te manu thake han kun dongor ase ito han inga schemes khanalu nijera family inga bi jai jise age poila homoy de to icha aji apna ni to start korise to kinga jawab apni
itu nohobo nimite he mogan aji ki korise district para ekdam genuinely coffee growers kan hobi coffee aggregators kan bi hobi coffee processors kan bi hobi takan ke selectively mogan bisop ke matia nai de mogan selectively takan ke matise takan ahibo aru takan be phal para idu takan be idu samjai gina ase takan ke samjai dibo aru kali I think tomorrow is a very important time for us because we are going to finally decide how we should go about kintu ele mane mogan moi kwa nisina international seminar on coffee why international mogan do ile mane yade Nagaland de yade thagi ase yade national de experts kan bishi ase takan ini matigina takan kuribo lage kile edu international kintu hele mane mogan export kuribole iman market to tangor ase na aru edu tangor ase ko to mogan yade thaka manu kan bra noigina tade thaka manu kan bra mogan yade iman bishi market to tangor ase de na from the horse's mouth edu kan koise gole mane I think without the entrepreneurs and the growers all these people will get more encouragement so that's the reason why we decided that we should take this international name because mogan laga thike chulaise gole mane our quality of coffee products is international quality potentially international mogan laga product mogan itu hi kurile na bare kintu ele mane right from sourcing jaga bara idu roasting da mogan idu process to thick chulaise gole mane we will have no problem in marketing our product iduni mide ban is not iduni mide ban bara edu district so para aji abniya saise gole mane every district para representative thakibo aru takanke mogan mobilize kori lobo aru genuinely subsidy de takan edu trust no koribo paise gole mane takan kunuba edu kan laga kam de assess koriche gole bhala ase olibi moi subsidy pabule ase subsidy de edu base korikina moi edu kam shuru koribo gole mane we will discourage that is one thing which we wanted to do idun mere aji yade kun ahigina ase takan subsidy de trust korigina subsidy load base korina business kam kura laga noy idun mere we wanted to go ahead with that jodi subsidy schemes kan ki kan ase jodi edu paise gole mane aru they will move their business much more faster edu ase aru edu kan subsidy kan limit hole bi ban will support them bal will help them edu ase